Okay, it's recording. Good, good. So, this video was made only because I didn't have much else to do, and I wanted to discuss something. There are a few things I'm going to be discussing. I know I usually talk about plans, but this one is something I'd like to talk about. So, this is the history of Team Dankism, or DisTube as it is now, a YouTube channel which is run by a friend of mine all the way back from high school. Why am I saying all the way back when we graduated in 2019 and it's currently 2021? Because thanks to CrapVid and all the other shit that's gone on in the world, it does feel like it was a long, long time ago. You feel old like I do, Evan? Do you feel old like I do? Because trust me, there are days I feel old. But anyway, so way back in high school, I learned that a friend of mine had a YouTube channel. You may have heard a couple seconds ago, his name is Evan. Cool guy, good friend. And, before I started up my own channel, he was nice enough to do a few videos for me. Will I go back and maybe try to do them on my own? Oh, most certainly, most certainly. But I just feel like he had more charisma than I do. And he's not just looking at his camera talking, he might actually show some stuff. But, yeah, I might do those videos on my own now. But I am grateful to him for doing them for me all the way back then. The videos I had him do mainly talked about Grim Tales, the webcomic I've talked about before, Maximum Ride, awesome series. And no, I don't count the new one that was released recently, the sequel book Hawk. Oh, I'll tear through that another day. For now, we're going to talk about a friend. I don't know when exactly the history of this channel started. Evan's original YouTube channel, which is just Emperor Steve, I watched because he's a friend and I found him kind of funny. And I watched quite a few of his videos, to be honest. But now, okay, towards the end of our time in high school, he told me he was grabbing a couple of friends with whom he started a new channel, originally dubbed Team Dankism. And he asked me to write a bit of a storyline for them, which I was happy to do. I was an aspiring writer. I'm still kind of aspiring. I write, don't get me wrong. If he contacted me again and wanted me to do the story for his channel, I would. Excuse me. But back to the actual history in order. I eventually met his friends, Sean and Noah, who first we seemed a bit friendly. I provided a few suggestions that they may have wanted to just simply do. Maybe I did get a little out of control. I don't remember that much. But I do remember that Evan's particular friend, Sean, was not that fond of me. He didn't really care for me that much. The channel changed as Evan told me Sean was leaving the channel. Because he had found a job, he was not going to be able to work with them very much. They even did a nice farewell video for him that I can't really find anymore. But then, not too long after, Sean came back. There's at least 3 reviews with him in them. Sean underwent a bit of a personality change in those weeks, though. As far as I know, he has cut all ties with Evan and Noah. I don't know what's become of Noah. However, I do know that Evan has had some other friends with whom he's done this channel, including two of our buddies from high school. One of the two guys named Nick, and one of the guys we knew named Jacob. Yeah, full disclosure, we know a lot of guys with the same first name. We know a guy named Nick Woods. We know a guy named Nick Broadham. Woods, I've kept in contact with. He's a dear friend in the job training program that I'm in. Broadham is that one friend who you do like the guy, but there are points where he pushes your buttons and you kind of think about smashing his head in with a cinder block. Yeah, when I get irritated, I get kind of over the top. And then there's Jacob Adkins, who I've run into since high school a few times, but never really had the full time for a full conversation. So I'm working at the local Little Caesars, not too far from my home. But that's really the last I've seen of him since. So I don't know what became of Sean and Noah, but I do know that Evan has some other friends with whom he still does the channel. Or at least he did before he left. He is now part of a program where he is away from the state of Ohio. He is now, last I heard, he was in Washington, D.C., part of a program that's meant to help people. And dude, okay, so what does this have to do with his channel? Well, from someone who's seen a few of their videos, let me explain. From my point of view, what he did with Evan and Noah was okay. Not as good as some of his old stuff, but okay. I have nothing against these guys. Whatever I did to piss them off, I am sorry, but Evan asked me to write the story. I came up with the story. That's that. After Sean left, the quality, I think, kind of got better. Noah, too, is a funny guy. Then we get to the point where it was not really Evan on his own. He still had other friends helping him. One that I don't recognize, and then our buddies from high school. And those videos are pretty good. His latest video where him, Nick, and Jacob are watching the original Alvin and the Chipmunks film. I hate to say this about three dear friends because, guys, if you're watching this, you're among the greatest friends I've ever had. The greatest friend I don't mean to insult you, but the greatest friend I've ever had is right here. He doesn't like to be videoed. He's not very photogenic. That's Sherman, my dog. But yeah. Guys, I hate to say this about three dear friends, but that video is every few minutes I gotta laugh, but most of the time the video kinda made me cringe. Now you guys were just doing your reactions, and that's fine. I've no place to tell you how you should or should not react to something. But I will admit I did cringe a few times. Guys, you do keep up the good work. Evan, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, I hope you're alright, man. And I hope you make it back to Ohio soon enough. I know you got more important things to do, but I'd love to write the story for your channel sometime. Hell, I write stories a lot. Be interesting to write one for a friend. I actually did come up with a story, but I don't know if he received it. I don't know what he thought of it. Blah, blah, blah. For now, though, hope to see y'all again. And as just a little suggestion, you think you could unblock the videos we did together? Some of you other viewers might be confused. Me and Evan did videos of 3 films together. The Darkest Hour, the original MASH film, and The Death of Stalin. We were gonna do a review of the film Click, but it didn't happen. And I understand. Evan changed those videos to private so only he can view them, which kind of sucks for me because I'd love to go back and see where I made a mistake. Hoping that if we can ever do this again, I can correct my mistakes. But for now, I will say, this channel, I do worry about their fate. I don't want my friends to go through what Channel Awesome has been through, which I'm not going to talk about here because that's not the purpose of this damn video. And besides, this dog is kind of tired of hearing Channel Awesome. So, all I'm going to say is, guys, channel's great, but it does need some improvement. And Evan, good luck out there. Keep doing what you're doing, and when you get back here, maybe we can talk. That's all I gotta say.